So your qualifying for that is dependent on you playing the game during the week. What am I trying to say? I am saying when you dial *347*880*3# from your phone or go to the website at oneplay.ng to play the One Play game every day, you automatically qualify for the jackpot that comes at the end of the week on Friday. Yes, it's announced on Friday. That said, ladies and gentlemen, play responsibly. Make sure you are playing with only what you can afford. And once you play, make sure you keep your phone very close because that lucky call could be coming in at any time. Yes, at any time. One Play is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. Keep playing, keep winning, and keep smiling to the bank.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. This is Hard Facts.
Yes, it is Hard Facts on the nation's number one talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. And we are broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Itimian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos, nation's economic capital. 37 minutes gone past the 5 o'clock hour on the Big Hard Facts. We're still looking at the developments in River State. My two guests are obviously assessing the situation, but the bigger question is there hope for democracy in Nigeria? With bearing in mind what happened in the 2023 general elections, what happened in the just concluded Edo State elections, and here we are talking about the just concluded local government elections in River State. Let's not also forget that the same local government elections happened in Benue, in and I think in Taraba State. But then none of these states made so much news like River State. Many would say River State has always been a hotbed when it comes to election and politicization of issues. Mr. Nene, let me come back to you quickly before I bring the girls to this conversation. Knowing how tense rivers can be, it is more like the beautiful bride for every politician, knowing that if he or she is able to get Kanu and Rivers, then of course they know that they'd be able to rake in the numbers. Can the people of River State deliberately or consciously change that narrative of people seeing them as that state that's very riotous in nature? Is there a possibility of the people, with what has happened, wanting to change that narrative? I think you're muted.
I think the people of River State are very peaceful people. The people of the Niger Delta are very peaceful people. If you go there and you see what the issue of gas flaring is doing, and people are still living there, and they still go about their normal activities, then you know they hold a lot of peace in their hearts. So when you find out, yes, that day of the election, a lot was going on. Everybody was focusing on rivers. And I think we need to start focusing on the local governance. Local governance that's where you have governance at the lowest level. That concerns, the root of the communities, of the society. It touches the core. Whether you want to eradicate poverty, you can be eradicating it on air. It won't work. If you are not attaching things to the micro, the macro cannot have it. And so it's very, very important that we look at what is happening in local governance. The competition is now because allocations are going straight to the local government. And the government has also said that any state that has not conducted local government election, then they are not allowed. The issue of corruption that is going on in Nigeria, you will also see that some of the elections that have been done, you find the ruling party taking all the seats. They are not even, the conscience of a team, many citizens. So who is in charge of all of this is at every segment of the society is a citizen who is holding on there, looking at the road that is going on. They are part of the electoral officers, they are part of the judiciary, they are part of the security arm, and everyone at the end of the day, the economy of Nigeria is down because nobody is looking at all other, because sanctions are never meted. Even the one court pronouncement can lead to death. The death of people that we are talking about now is a court pronouncement. So that the judge, whichever judge like my colleague mentioned the issue of people who don't even have jurisdiction. You will be in Lagos and you scratch your head, you go and get a court injunction from Sokoto. And then they will come and tell you that you can't do this because it's court from Sokoto. And then we are playing with lives of people because lives are involved. And so Rivers, yes, where you see agitation of people, it means that something is going wrong. The people have risen and they can't take it anymore, and something is going wrong. When you have silence, there's the elite capture of power all over the place. There is suppression, and we are wondering, when you say in the national anthem to say we want to hand over a nation to our young ones, a nation that no one is oppressed. Then we are wondering, because every day we are being oppressed. If you look at the condition, the content of the national anthem, and that is why I say, okay, so who are we calling on now? Who is going to save us when the leaders that gave us the national anthem, or that gave a pledge to Nigeria, my country, that took the pledge, nobody is handling. So where are we pledging to? I think the issue of patriotism and national interest, there's a lot of confusion. A lot of people are selfish. So many of our leaders are so selfish. Primitive accumulation of properties. If not, what are you doing? The interest of the people is the utmost in governance. The well-being of all the individuals. That's the number one cardinal thing for governance. And you are governing the people. It's not only getting to government. The governance of the people is a process in which you are able to bring the dividends of democracy. So are we appreciating democracy? Do you want to push us to the edge where we start pushing for other things apart from democracy? If you push us to the wall, certain things will backfire. So what we are seeing in Rivers State is the citizens getting up and saying, we can't take this anymore. Even if it's a sitting governor that says, I can't take this anymore. I want to do this for my people. You saw the one in Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom, the only local government that they did not take was it's like they collected everything and say, okay, let's leave.
Let's dash the Senate president one.
So you see what is going on.
All right, I want to bring Lagos into this conversation. Efe, before I let you go, I know that you have a lot of things to do. Do you see this issue, calming down or deteriorating because the police seems to be aloof? Nobody cares about what's happening. Do you see something changing in 24 hours?
Well, incidentally, I'm not a very optimistic person in this regard, and I'm naturally an incurable optimist. Though I hear in the news that the president has ordered the police to return to the councils to provide security, not necessarily to occupy the councils, but to provide security for the councils. For me, it is the issue of the political will. If the president puts his foot down, everybody is going to sit up. Because the Nigerian president is one of the most powerful presidents in the world, not with regard to what he can do, generally speaking, but with regard to what he can accomplish, even without resort to the National Assembly within Nigeria. He can do so much. So if he pays attention and he doesn't allow political considerations only to determine the actions he takes, we're going to move forward. But if not, we could get to a point where things get very sour before we start rebuilding again. And I don't know how far that will go.
Well, let's hope not. Let's hope that it doesn't really deteriorate. But Lagos, the phone lines are open: 0201-277-0993. You could join if you're a male. The females can call 0201-465-7190. On WhatsApp, it's 08095975805. We're live on YouTube and on Facebook, Nigeria Info FM. You can join the conversation if you're listening from outside via Skype at Nigeria Info FM. Let's go. 60 seconds is all you have. Go straight to the point. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good evening, Mary.
Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Pastor Ladigo.
Go ahead.
I'm calling from Sarigam. You see, all these people that are doing these things, they forget posterity. My pain in all these things is that if they say somebody is a master strategist, does it mean it should be causing confusion in other parties and also in other states? What would be the gain to take over that state? This is too much to bear for the people. It's too much. See, Maryann, let me tell you, if today Wike is removed as a minister, heaven will not fall. Is he the one that fought for independence for Nigeria? Are they owing him? No, you are laughing. Is it a laughing matter now? Is it the one that fought for independence? Okay. What did he do for APC? What did he do for PDP? that this man becomes so important that PDP can expel him. APC said it's like he's holding everybody in their jugular. It's too much.
All right. Thank you, Pastor Ladipo, for calling. I'm going to reduce the time to 40 seconds each. Let's go. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good evening, Kogibe.
Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Godwin, calling from Lapwe.
Go ahead.
Please help me to answer this question. APC, how many times have I called it? 3 times, va? Mwike, how many times have I called it? Is it do I die to have River State into APC fold? Remember, Mwike, APC, remember that history will not forget the harm your time has brought to every Nigerian in this country,
all right,
and River State in particular.
Thank you very much for calling. 40 seconds is over. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. I'm so sorry. Please call me back if that was you. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Abigail. Good evening.
Yes, go ahead, Abigail. You have 40 seconds.
See, in a time our president will interfere this matter. Abi, he's not a president of Nigeria, or is the president of some part of the state.
Well, he's asked the police to go and put some law and order in place.
Even if now you should call the refuse to come together by themselves, let him enter as a president. We respect him. You should call them together and settle whatever that is problem in River State.
Okay.
So that peace will reign in that state.
All right.
River State is a part of Nigeria. Please let him interfere and put him out.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Turn off your radio, please.
Yeah, hello, Maryann. Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Ogochukwu.
Go ahead.
You see, what is playing out today is not really new. You know, when the head is rotten, the tail will be bad too. You know, it's a replica of what happened somewhere, and we all know. You know, it's a Godfatherism. That is what is causing all this. But the wicked will not forget that one day he will leave power. He will leave power, and posterity will judge him.
All right. Thank you very much. Your 60 seconds is over. I'll take one quick call and then I'll go to the messages. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good evening, Maryann.
Good evening. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
My name is Chinedu. I'm calling for Lekki Phase 1.
Go ahead.
Nah, Maryann, it is clear in everybody's eyes now. It don't clear all Nigeria face. See, now one person in the cause problem for country. What's it happen for Wike? What's it happen for River State? Now what's it happen for Nigeria? So now see one person they cause they bring they empower criminals, they empower dogs to destroy Nigeria. And then we fail. Now Tinubu now not be what man responsible. Because Wike use the mark. This way use the mark to say it will set River State on fire. Now fire is very also like this now. So we they see what is happening to Nigeria now. We don't be talk. So that's what to this country with that. So tomorrow now they go invite American soldiers to come rescue River State. Why the criminals
really?
With them?
Really? Thank you very much for calling, but that's really outlandish. Anyway, let me read some of the messages that are coming in on WhatsApp before I let my guests go. Someone here says, shame on the president of the country for what is going on in Rivers. If the judgment of the so-called Federal High Court in Abuja stopped police from participating in the local government election, did the court stop the police from protecting lives and property of the citizens of Rivers State after the elections? Well, that's the bigger question, I guess. Someone here says, Maryann, the police were bad to cover the election of Rivers State, but were not asked to abdicate their constitutional responsibility of securing lives and property. Therefore, if this morning the police stood aloof when arson was going on, then it calls for the resignation of the IGP. Nigeria will not be turned into a banana republic. Elder Godwin from Ogun State sent us that message. This one says, this man Wike said he will set fire in PDP states, and he has done so. If the president does not take necessary actions against him, he too will be complicit in the River State crisis. Kayode here from Ikotun says, quite unfortunate that the governor of River State has thrown caution into the wind by himself neglecting the apparatus of defense to actualize his own comfort politically. The real truth is that the APP is nothing but surrogate of the governor. Point blank, the approach of the election is nothing but selection by the governor himself. But how does that mean? How does that, because, you know, you're saying one thing, I understand, but how does this translate to the arson, the creation of anarchy right now in River State? Are you saying that it's because they handpicks people in the APP, that's why, you know, people have a right to burn down local government headquarters? I don't understand your point, sir. Someone here says it's unfortunate that shedding of innocent blood and destroying public properties is happening in River State. Hope we will not return to wild west. This one says, may God help Nigeria. Ayo, thank you for your message. I want to say thank you to my guests and let them go. I want to say thank you to NOB for being our guest. Thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedule to be part of the conversation. We appreciate you for all you do. Keep doing what you do. Yes, thank you. And if Wanaho, thank you so much. We called you at very short notice and you showed up to speak with us. We really appreciate you for coming on the show, Ife. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Maryann. My pleasure.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, that's the show, Lagos. Ms. Ene, thank you so much also for coming. We will continue to keep our eyes on what's happening in River State. Tomorrow, obviously, we will be continuing this conversation. I'll have the IPAC chairman for River State here in the studio. He himself is a member of the SDP. Obviously, we will be looking at this situation from the eyes of the IPAC, that's the inter-party organizations in River State. So we'll talk about that tomorrow on the 5 o'clock hour. My name is Maryann Okon. I want to thank you all for being part of the conversation. Our eyes are still on Rivers, and we'll be bringing you more and more information as it comes. Hopefully, Mr. President will speak on this issue. Follow Nigeria Info on all of his social media platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and Facebook. Subscribe, download the Nigeria Info app on your mobile application. That way you can take us everywhere you go. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. I am Maryann Okon, Mimieyo, or just search for Maryann Okon anywhere else. I love you, Lagos. See you tomorrow.
Journalism, bridging the gap between people and
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's